Bogdan is a regular customer of barbershops. In these places he can shave or cut his beard, make a fashionable hairstyle, and at the same time immerse into the atmosphere of the real man's club.
Ты приходишь в них и отдыхаешь.
You can come to the barbershop and relax. That is, you have a haircut, your beard is well groomed, you are satisfied with the result. During the process, the barber communicates with you about all different topics. That is, everything corresponds to the real masculine atmosphere. Often, men try to take care of themselves at home, but most often the result leaves much to be desired. Bogdan decided not to experiment. His beard will be short and neat. The barber gives his recommendations. It was necessary to make a gradual layering on the beard of Bogdan. At home, it is almost impossible to do this without certain skills. Therefore, I will now make a smooth transition on the beard of Bogdan, and in 2 to 3 weeks, Bogdan will see how great the beard grows. A straight razor is an unchangeable tool for cutting a beard. The barber must have special training in order to work with it, because he can cut a client by being careless. Therefore, all movements should be smooth. A straight razor is just steel. It's a steel piece, perfectly sharpened. It has the ideal distance to shave off the mustache. For example, to go to hard-reach places, to make beautiful patterns. The master of a barber shop spends an average of 30 to 4 minutes cutting a beard. To create a man's hairstyle takes at least an hour.
Та-дам! Я сделал плавный переход.
I made a smooth transition between the beards and the temples. If you do an oval, rounded lines, they are easy to grow, and they create less discomfort. The barber craft has its origin since the ancient times. The first barber shops, which appeared in ancient Greece, simultaneously worked as male clubs. People who had the elementary skills of healing were called barbers. They knew how to correct dislocations, apply bandages for fractures and wounds, and treat teeth. Ukraine barbers were engaged in an exclusively haircut and shaving routine. This was basically the same analogs of other barbershops. The other procedures were performed there. No one was engaged in the pulling of teeth. In these hairdressing salons, only the services of cutting hair and shaving were provided. At the end of the 19th century, there was an increase in the popularity of barbershops. At that time, men's hairdressing salons began to open all around the world. The men used to come there to read a newspaper, discuss the latest news, and to relax from their wives. Of course, to get quality service. The first barber shop was opened in Ukraine in 2012. Now, there are about 100 barbershops in Ukraine. Barbers from around the world come to work in Ukraine.
And I will start to live in Ukraine.
I've lived in Ukraine for 3 months. I came from Italy. I started doing hairdressing when I was 17 years old. The hairstyle of Italians and Ukrainians is different. In Italy, people prefer medium and long hair. In Ukraine, men often ask to make them a short haircut. The irreplaceable attribute of a barbershop is called a barber's column or a barber's pole. It can be seen on the facade of any barbershop. It symbolizes bloodletting, which in the past was practiced in barbershops. The traditional barber pole is red, white, and blue. Blue symbolizes veins, because bloodletting was practiced earlier. Red symbolizes the blood, and white, sterile, symbolizing that these places were really clean and sterilized. The culture of barbershops in Ukraine is developing not as rapidly as abroad, but not worse, experts say. The main thing is that businessmen do not consider this segment of the service market unprofitable. In addition, fashion for beards is gaining increasingly popular.